just outside about. With each line, your behind is on my mind. With each line, your behind is on my mind. With each line, your behind is on my mind. Is that right? Poetry pimping.
Can I say rewind?
Did you say pimp?
Did you say poetry pimping?
Pimping.
Oh.
Tell me this sunshine you mentioned isn't that disaster description of the morning after into the evening when you decided to write that piece. That describes all that I felt special to the T. I can only imagine the lows I'll be experiencing to achieve the highs of this real thing, poetry. She's fine and he's king, not only related to me but bloodstream, generationally cursing my seeds, hopefully they catch this writing thing. Cling to solipses, stalk hot books, inject creative creatine, menage metaphorically love making to diction. I need this shit, feeling my passion to wrap my legs around its hips and ride that thing, poetry. Physically, emotionally, mentally, fucking gets me. Touches me literally, he's fucking hot and a giver. All the time, not just in bed, but in the car, at my desk. Sometimes he catches me in the shower or jacuzzi and he gets in so deep and romantic I could never say no to him. Poetry. Dark side. With each line, your behind is on my mind. Lyrically, he is stimulating. Captivating stanzas, poised similes, characterized perfectly. His movements aged me backwards. Future lived me into forgetting poetry's original beauty. I almost gave into his conceit. His stage presence is more than confident, it breathes. Oozes seats from the crowd, making them mentally undress his realistically unattractive frame. His words make the goddess you're sitting next to look like the geeky underclassmen who smokes weed. And you looked at a glimpse of your future with he or she, and then I end it, I'm sorry. And you got a glimpse of the future, and it is not he or she, but I'll proceed. This artist's words look like gold-plated money. He is tongue slick, controlling what you're hoping will not only be the pen, later you want to see what's inside those skinny jeans. Oh, he is creating a night so sexy you've already gone through it twice and forgiven his 3-minute happenings. The nightmares in your panties matter, haven't forgotten him. You have to get his attention. You have to become one of his poems, even if the titles are One Night Standing and shit. Or creatively escaping your groupie and shit. Or writing poetry for fucking purposes you don't care. You want to go down on him because his adjectives and verbiage has found a way for you to rid yourself of your objectivity. Flip me over. The me I choose not to be. Closing books, ignoring complicated thoughts, processing, breaking up with poetry. Although that would simplify my being, that shit ain't for me. I'll take the drama of poetry any day. I'll never ask it to leave. Poetry ain't never did shit to me. Sometimes I fear she's too giving. Inspirationally speaking, inviting everyone with a pen to do her, including those who never knew her. And with her eyes and ears shut, she feels her abuser. Because her abuser writes her only in rhyming. A few hot lines, her abuser mixed messages her often points and winks when sharing, her rewinds to bring attention to a hotline that was actually originated by question mark. Didn't mean to say those things on your stage, but this kid just hate getting played, and I'm sorry for that last line, but that was just my small impersonation of a few attempts to poetry's assassination. I was wondering, maybe he can haiku into my erogenous zones, metaphorically bring all the olds home, but poetry is not for playtime. And I don't do this shit for the sake of being condoned or tolerated. Poetry is like a mother to me. I'll fight you over her even when she's in the wrong. It is the boss of me. Way before I reached my teens and before sharing became so popular to venues, before I used to fly avenues to hooking, sometimes I listen to the used picture paint poetry slanging his pelvis on 7th and whatever street. But I love her anyway. I will be poetry's knight in shining armor if she'll have me. I can only wish to live up to all she needs me to be. I'm simply a grown-up, dealing with a considerable number of things, including losing someone that has loved me before I could. Funked me out when having style was branded a phase, considered categorized as a quarter-life crisis. I'm still waiting to mature, but I'll never want to be as old as her. Poetry. Thank you.